Hello and welcome to another Doctor Who collection update. Yes, this is a very special collection update as I'll be showing you all the lovely Doctor Who goodies I got from my birthday. So without further ado, let's kick off this collection update. So kicking off this collection update, technically not a birthday item, but I thought I'd throw it in, and that is Doctor Who magazine with a fantastic psychedelic cover. This magazine covers all about the Innes Lloyd era, sort of an overview of that, and obviously talking about the Macra Terror. Oh yes, how very exciting. I pre-ordered the Macra Terror steelbook because, you know, I love my steelbooks. And I probably will get the DVD at some point just to complete, you know, the DVD collection, just to have it on the shelf with the other DVDs. But yeah, it's interesting that we haven't actually had a Macra Terror trailer yet, actually. And despite it being released, you know, in this month. So yeah, it's kind of weird. But yeah, it does look rather good. Macra Terror. I mean, from what I've experienced of it with the soundtrack, I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. It's one of those stories what's so bad it becomes good, and I think episode 3 is just Jamie wandering around a mine. So yeah, I look forward to giving Macra Terror a watch when it's released. So yeah, very nice cover. So moving on to the figure section of this collection update, and of course we have the revised B&M figure set, and of course the regenerated 4th Doctor and TARDIS, which I have done a video on all of these. I have done an overview on the revised sets, comparing them to the original releases, so if you want to check out that, I'll leave a link in the description below to that video and a link to my review of the 4th Doctor and TARDIS. But yeah, I'm very happy to have this because the distribution this year so far has just been terrible. Despite the TARDISes being in a higher quantity, I think there's like 7,000 of these, but yet as soon as they hit the shelf, you know, people are buying them up and putting them on eBay, so it's just become a bit of a daunting task. And of course B&M is kind of an awkward shop to buy from because there's no online retail for it, you know, so you literally just got to ring them up and hope for the best, but they've got them. But yeah, very nice selection of figures, really nice updated figures in the form of the 1970 set, and some nice little changes here and there, but obviously the star attraction is the TARDIS and the 4th Doctor figure. So let's move on to the other figures. Buying those B&M figure sets, it really put me in the mood to buy some more figures. So obviously I've completed the classic series figures, so I thought, you know what, let's finish off collecting the new series figures. Now the thing is with the new series figures is I've probably got the figures, it's just that they're ever so tiny little variants what I need to get the complete collection. So I picked up this figure for £4. Yes, it is not the same as the Sister of Plenitude. Very nice figure, I will say. Yeah, I believe that this is a Woolworths exclusive from 2007. Oh, good old Woolworths, I miss them. That shop just used to be full of Doctor Who goodies. Just the walls were stacked high full of Doctor Who figures, and it's quite nice getting a figure for my birthday actually, and seeing this packaging, because this takes me back to birthdays of yesteryears. It's just incredibly nostalgic, and I'm a nostalgic person, so it's incredibly lovely to have this. So yeah, lovely figure. Yeah, it worked out cheaper for me to get this figure boxed than actually to buy it loose. So obviously, you know, bought it boxed. And so if we just have a look at the back, so we've got the other figures what are included. So we've got Novice Haim, a Sister of Plenitude, and then we have Sarah Jane and K9. Then we have the Doctor with Ghost Transmission Triangulation Gear. That's a bit of a mouthful, and this is what I mean, that I'm missing tiny little variants, because I've got the 10th Doctor, I'm just missing the triangulation gear. So yeah, that's what I mean. The new series stuff is pretty simple to get, you know, nothing extremely rare or difficult. It's just, I just need tiny little variants to complete the new series figure collection. So very happy to have this. So the last figure related thing I'm going to show you is this, the Daleks in Manhattan set, containing the Pig Slave, Dalek Sec Hybrid, Dalek Fae, and the 10th Doctor. Yes, I bought those two single carded when they were first released, and when this set came around I was like, I don't really want to get this set because I've got two of the figures already. Hence why I missed out on getting a Pig Slave and this 10th Doctor variant in the blue suit with the red Converse. So yeah, I'm very happy to have this. Obviously it's just really nice to see this packaging. As I keep saying, it just takes me back to the good old days of being a Doctor Who fan where merchandise was aplenty. So yeah, I'm very happy to have a Pig Slave finally, because I've never had a Pig Slave, and got Dalek Sec Hybrid, who actually is a slight variant actually. As you can see, looks very glossy there, but as you can see, the original release, the single carded release, doesn't have that glossy finish, and obviously the glossy finish looks quite nice because it just shows that he's just you know, come out of the Dalek set casing, which is very nice. And yeah, Dalek Faye, my original Dalek Faye got destroyed by the ravages of time. You could say the Time War. I think my cousin broke my Dalek Faye, so it's great to have a complete Dalek Faye, you know, which is surprising because there are a load of 10th Doctor figures. So yeah, it's quite nice to have the 10th Doctor with his long coat and the blue suit, which is a personal favourite variant of his costume in my personal opinion. So yeah, very nice. So moving on to the Big Finish section of this collection update. So this is quite a big collection update in the sense that I finally completed the Big Finish main range. I'm all up to date with all 250 releases, which is quite an achievement because, you know, 5 years ago I started out collecting Big Finish because I asked for some Big Finish 5 years ago for one of my birthdays, and 5 years later I've finally completed the main range. I just started out getting the 8th Doctor audios, and obviously I've spiraled out of control and I've just started picking up all manner of Big Finish. So yeah, this is quite a monumental collection update because I have completed the main range. I'm all up to date with the main range. So let's kick off with the last 3 stories from the main range, what I needed to have an updated main range collection. So we have the Doomsday Quatrain, which I haven't heard the best reviews of actually. I haven't heard many positive things about it. I think the cover looks fantastic actually. I really do like the cover. But I haven't heard the best of reviews for the story. So yeah, I'll give that a listen and see what I think. But yeah, I'm not expecting anything amazing, but you know, it could be a bit of a dark horse and it could surprise me. But yeah, very nice cover though, but not much to say on that one because I haven't listened to it just yet. So on to the last main range releases I'm going to show you within this video, and that is Protect and Survive and Black and White. Yeah, part of the Black and White TARDIS trilogy arc thing, whatever you want to call it. Now, I believe that these 2 stories are when the Black and White TARDIS arc really gets going. I think the previous releases up until then from memory are just basically like a line in the story going, oh, the TARDIS has changed colour. But I think House of Blue Fire is when things start to get interesting, when you're introduced to, I think that character there, I think, is it Lysandra or is it Sally? I think, yeah, Sally. I think Sally's introduced in House of Blue Fire. So I think that this is when the things really start to come to a head and we finally get to know what's up with the TARDIS. I've listened to Gods and Monsters, which is the last story within this trilogy, which is one of my favourite 7th Doctor audios actually. Maybe because Curse of Fenric's my favourite 7th Doctor TV story. That was a brilliant audio, so it'd be quite nice to go back and listen to the build up to that story, and I may listen to Gods and Monsters again. Obviously having that context, it might become even more enjoyable. But let's talk about Protect and Survive. Now I believe that these were recorded when Sylvester McCoy was filming The Hobbit, because I believe that this story is very much a Doctor-like story, and the theme of the story is nuclear fallout. I think it's set when the sort of, I think it's the Cold War, when, you know, everyone was a bit on edge about the nuclear war going off, and obviously there was loads of safety videos about, you know, if there was a nuclear fallout, what would happen. And I think that this story kind of deals with that, so I think it's going to be quite a grim audio to listen to. Then the last story, Black and White, which they did have another cover for this, didn't they? But obviously they changed it last minute. It did have like a samurai character on, well, not a barbarian character on there, not samurai, a barbarian character. But yeah, don't know anything about Black and White, so I can't really comment on it, and I can't comment on these 2 stories just yet because I haven't listened to them. But I do look forward to giving them a listen at some point in the near future. So yeah, Black and White there. So the next Big Finish I'm going to show you is this, the 11th Doctor Chronicles. This release has been on my radar for quite some time actually, and I've finally got around to getting it. I've just been rewatching Series 5 recently, and I blooming love Series 5. Series 5, excellent series. It could possibly be my favourite new series now actually. I feel like I need to rewatch Series 1 again just to make a firm judgment, but Series 5, what a brilliant series, and I just love it. And this kind of prompted me to get this release, and obviously I'm a huge 11th Doctor fan. You know, he's one of my favourite Doctors, so it only made sense for me to get this. And I was a bit iffy about the Chronicles because obviously, you know, Matt Smith will probably do Big Finish at some point. It's just a question of when. So I guess these are releases just to fill the gap. I mean, the 10th Doctor Chronicles are a bit pointless in my opinion because they've got David Tennant. They don't really need you know, Jake Judman to do the 10th Doctor because, you know, they've got David Tennant. Surely they can leave those stories and make them full cast and actually do them in a 10th Doctor set. Just bizarre. But this one, I wanted to get, because obviously the 11th Doctor. I've listened to the first story within this, and that is the Calendar Man, and that's the story I was most interested in. Jake Dudman, from what I've heard of this, fantastic. There are times within this release where I'm like, that's Matt Smith. There are times within, the story, the Calendar Man, was like, that could be Matt Smith. It does trick you. And the Calendar Man, if you're a fan of Series 5, you're going to love it. And it has that sort of Moffat-style monster in the form of the Calendar Man. It does seem like a monster what fits Series 5 and fits Moffat very well. Obviously, I would like to review this set because I just think I'm going to really enjoy it. And yeah, 11th Doctor Chronicles so far, I'm really enjoying it. I just love the Calendar Man. It's really set this release on a high, so hopefully it continues on a high. Moving on to some Companion Chronicles. Oh yes, I love my Companion Chronicles. They're one of my favourite ranges, and I like to think that I'm the YouTube ambassador for the Companion Chronicles because, I really do rant and rave about these because I just think they're brilliant. So we have the Empathy Games by Nigel Fairs, which is my first Leela Companion Chronicle I've got, actually. Yeah, it does sound like a very interesting story. There's the back if you want to feel free to pause and have a read about that. So yeah, don't know too much about it, but I'm kind of interested to give it a go because I've heard very good things, and Nigel Fairs is a very good writer. Next up we do have another Leela Companion Chronicle, which is the Time Vampire, which is basically Leela and K9 in the TARDIS, which, if it's got a vampire in, I'm probably going to enjoy it because I really like Doctor Who vampire stories. I don't think this has, your standard vampires within this release. I don't know. But what's quite interesting is it says the Time Vampire takes place between the Face of Evil and the Invasion of Time. Yeah, that's quite a broad spectrum there, isn't it? And then it's set after the Empathy Game. So whether the Empathy Game sets up a bit of an arc for Leela within the Companion Chronicles, I don't know. But yeah, very interesting. I look forward to giving that one a listen. Next up we have the Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper Companion Chronicle, Starborn. Starborn. But yeah, it's a First Doctor Companion Chronicle. That was a terrible joke. Yeah, this one is kind of funny actually, because this was the Companion Chronicle I saw when I went to Forbidden Planet when I was, buying my first couple of Big Finish. So yeah, it's quite nice, and I love the cover. Love it, because it's obviously the First Doctor dressed in his Roman outfit, and obviously Vicky as well. And the story sounds blooming brilliant. I'll just put it on the back there, so yeah, do feel free to pause to know about the story because it does sound like a really good Companion Chronicle. So yeah, look forward to giving that one a go. So yeah, very interesting to give that one a listen. Next up we have another First Doctor Companion Chronicle, which is the Transit of Venus, which is all about Captain Cook, is it? Yeah, Captain James Cook. I've been on a bit of a First Doctor listening spree right now, so that's why I've got quite a few First Doctor Companion Chronicles. I've listened to The Flame of Cadiz, which is one of the rare Companion Chronicles, which is a 4-parter, which is a brilliant Companion Chronicle because I just love it because it's all about the Spanish Inquisition, and it's a bad time for the Doctor and TARDIS crew to be there because obviously, they're English as such, and obviously the Spanish hate the English because obviously Mary, Queen of Scots, being beheaded by Elizabeth, so it's all about that. And obviously got Ian meeting Sir Francis Drake in The Flame of Cadiz. Yeah, really good story, and it's a really good pure historical Companion Chronicle. I would like to do a video about my top 10 pure historical Big Finish in the near future. But yeah, Transit of Venus, I believe that this is a pure historical as well. But yeah, looks very interesting. So I look forward to giving that one a listen. Next up we do have a 4th Doctor Companion Chronicle, which is a Mary Tam one, which is the Ferrell's Folly. Yeah, very interesting. I think this is the last Companion Chronicle Mary Tam did, actually. I think she only had 2. She had this one and the Stealers of Safe, I think. So yeah, very nice. I think I prefer Mary Tam's Romana to Lila Ward's Romana. Personally, I just think that she has more no nonsense compared to Romana 2. Romana 2 is more like, flutter her eyebrows at the Doctor and go, oh, you're a silly man, whereas she kind of takes none of the Doctor's nonsense, which I really do like. Romana 1, underrated companion in my opinion. And the last Big Finish I'm going to show you is another First Doctor Companion Chronicle, which I picked up from the Big Finish podcast offer, where they normally have select a release and they put 20% off, and it is the Sleeping City, and obviously it's a Companion Chronicle. I'm going to pick it up. So yeah, I've just started listening to this one, and I'm really enjoying it. It's basically set after the chase, and we've got Ian and Barbara being interrogated because they are, you know, could be spies. You know, they want to know about the technology. You know, so it's all about that, and it's a very nice format. It's a very nice format for a companion chronicle, because it's basically they have to tell a story to prove that they are telling the truth, to escape that. So yeah, it's a very interesting companion chronicle. So it's kind of 2 stories in one, and it really does utilise the companion chronicle format very well from what I've experienced. So yeah, Sleeping City. I am thinking of reviewing that one actually, so yeah, Sleeping City.
So that concludes this birthday collection update. We've got some lovely figures, Big Finish, Doctor Who magazine. What more could you want from a collection update? So yes, thank you very much for watching this collection update. I'll see you on my next collection update, which will probably be in April, when I'll show you some more Doctor Who stuff, what I've been buying. Because obviously you've got the birthday money to spend, so of course I'm going to spend it on some Doctor Who stuff. So yes, there'll be another collection update in April. So yeah, thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll see you next time. So thank you very much, and goodbye.